Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. If you are new here, do your best to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so whenever I upload a new video, you can be notified as soon as possible. So we want to continue from where we stopped the last time. The last time we learned about Python syntax, and three Python syntax we learned, and want to continue from there. So what we learned was Python indentation, Python variables, Python comments, and a few exercises under that. So if you missed this video, there's a link down in the description of this video. Go and click on this link. You can watch this video, or if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe and go to the playlist of this channel. You can watch this video from there as well. Now let's continue from where we stopped the last time. So today we want to learn about data types and the Python syntax. So before we continue, let us try one example of a data type question and see how it goes. So let's check out this example. Now, they say test yourself with this exercise, meaning after all this we've learned, you can test yourself with so many questions and test your understanding after that. So let's see how this example will go. So now, they say the following code example would print the data type of X. What data type would that be? So let's see how it goes. Then you can submit your answer. Let's submit. You can see we are correct. So if you want to know how I was able to get this correct, stay tuned to the end of this video. Now let's begin from where we stopped. Now today we have Python data types. So there are so many data types we will learn from Python today. Now the first one we are learning is a string, which is shortened as str, a string. That is one data type. And the numeric type of data is an integer, that is short as int, and then a float and complex. And the third one is sequence type, which consists of list, tuple, range, and then mapping type, which is dictionary, and set types, which is set, frozen set, boolean type, which is boolean, that is bool, and then binary type, which is byte, ternary, memory view, and then non-type, which is non-type. Yeah. So now let's see a few examples of these data types. So here you can see here X is equals to hello world. This is a text data type, so we call this one a string, which is str. And then the integer, which says X is equals to 20, is an integer, that's numeric, so you can put it int. And then the float, which is also an integer but has a decimal point. So we have X is equal to 20.5. that is called a float because it has a decimal point. But both int and then float, including complex, are all numeric data types, but they vary with either a decimal point, and then the complex, X is equals to 1j, which means a number and a letter combined. So if you see a number and a letter combined which is assigned to any variable, which is X or Y, it means that data type is complex. And then the next data type is apple, which is an example: apple, banana, cherry, in a square bracket. So any data you see in a square bracket, we refer that data as a list. And then the next data type is tuple. So any data type that is in a normal bracket, we call that one a tuple. And if a variable is assigned to any range in a bracket, we call that one a range. You can see here in this example. And then the next one, we have a curly bracket, which consists of a name, and then age. So we have name, which is John, and then the age of John is 36. That one we call it a dictionary type of data. So in short, we call it dict. And the next data type, which is set, we have a curly bracket, but by this time there is not a number or a numeric data included, so we call this one a set, or a set of fruits, a set of anything without a number included. We call that one set. And the next type of data, which is frozen set, you can see at the beginning of that data they write frozen set and then a bracket, a curly bracket inside the normal bracket. We call that one frozen set. And the Boolean type of data, which consists of either true or false. So any statement that has a true or false in it, call that one a bool. And then the next one is byte, that is B hello. So any variable assigned to B before any statement is called a byte. And the next one is bitary. So bitary, which also has a number in a bracket, is also called a bitary. And then we have a memory view byte. That is a memory view byte including a number. We call that memory view. And then anything which is none is a non type of data. So these are the data types we have for today. So now you can go ahead and learn them and practice them by yourself, one after the other, so that you can come familiar with these data types. Now let's try a few examples under these data types and see how we'll get at the end. So now let's go back to the first example we've tried earlier on. So here they said the following code example will print the data type of X. What data type would that be? So we've learned that any variable assigned to a numeric data or a number, that data type is called either an integer, a float, or complex. But these three type of numeric data it also varies with either a decimal point or a number and a letter combined. But in this case, we don't have a decimal point, we don't also have a number and a letter combined, meaning this is an integer. So all you need to do is to put int. The short form of integer is int, so you can put int. In this case, you don't have to start with a capital letter. You should start with a small letter. If you start with capital letter, you automatically get it wrong. So let's submit our answer. We are correct. So let's try the next exercise and see how the outcome will be. Now here they say the following code example would print the data type of X. What data type would that be? So we also learned that if any text or any information in a text form, we know that it is a string, and the short form of string is str. We've learned that earlier on. So here X is equals to hello world, meaning the variable is assigned to a text information, which is a string. So all you need to do is to write the short form of string str, and we are good to go. Let's try the next example. Here they say the following code example will print the data type of X. What data type would that be? And this is also a numeric data type, but here we have a decimal point in this number. X is equals to 20.5, meaning X is a numeric data, but which numeric data is that? So here it's not an integer, it's not also a complex, so it is a float. So write in float. This one we complete the whole spelling, a float. Also, we learned that any variable assigned to any information in a square bracket is referred to as a list. So in this case, the following code example would print the data type of X. What data type would that be? So this is a list. It's an example of a list. So you write the list, and we are correct. So this is where I would like to end today's lesson. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and like the video, so anytime we upload a new video you can be notified as soon as possible. So we'll continue from where we stop the next time. Check out for the next video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to the next video. Love you.